Hi, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. Really excited to share with you today that I'm designing for Sizzix UK this year, and I'm using the Sizzix Thin Knits die by Prima Marketing. It's called Olivia, and it is 3 different size flowers and a couple of different leaves. I cut them on my Sizzix Big Shot Plus. So here's a look at how the packaging of the dies come, and I used my February Click Kit Hot Mess featuring the Maggie Holmes Shine collection, and I just went through my scraps because I'm getting to the end of that kit now, and I just cut a whole lot of leaves and flowers from various pattern papers. I think most of these were from the 6x6 paper pad. And I have this photo of Brielle that it's a year ago. We went to Wanaka for a weekend and we went for a walk after dinner, and I took this photo of Sean pushing her in the pram. So before I start adhering anything, I wanted to put some ink in the background, and so I did my usual splatters, and then I decided to do some spraying because I just felt like it. And so I sprayed with that hot pink Heidi Swap Colour Shine in the area where I knew they'd probably cover those main bits by the photo and the card that I had. And so I also sprayed some gold, although you can't see it as much. Now, I really need to think about spraying and not having photos next to the spray because it kind of went way beyond the paper, but that's okay. A baby wipe will wipe off any ink that you get on a photo. I'd say as long as they're photos that you haven't printed at home, you should be fine, that you won't damage the photo. So I had this hello card, and it was exclusive to the Click Kit, and I'd been saving it for the perfect layout, and you know, the perfect layout never comes when we hoard things. So I decided I just need to use it, and I thought it worked really well with the hot pink mist, and there's pink in the photo, and of course it coordinates perfectly with all the leaves and flowers that I cut. So I took a doily. It's also Maggie Holmes doily. I'm not sure what collection it's from, but I got them from Spotlight. So I took the half doily that I had left in gold, and then I cut this white doily. I think I cut it in half. And I just needed something to just break up the straight edges of the photos. So I just laid them behind, and they're from my stash, but of course they coordinate perfectly because they are, whites are neutral and gold is an in-trend colour that goes with all of Maggie Holmes' collections. So I'm just sticking them down, and I like the way they look as a double kind of doily. And I just found that the the gold colour shine can sometimes have a watery residue if you don't shake it enough. So I just blotted away some of that. And now I'm working out which way I want the paper to go in terms of those splatters, and I'm adhering my photos and the doilies down. And I must apologise for the light. It's daytime, but because we are in autumn, the light is quite strange in the afternoon. It's I have a bit of shadowing. I'm sitting by a window, that's where my desk is, but sometimes it's too intense, I have to close the curtain, and other times it's not enough. So if the light changes a bit, that's why. So now I'm wanting to get these flower die cuts onto the page. And as you know, I do have a silhouette, but I've always been a huge fan of manual dies, and so it was a huge honour to be asked by Sizzix to be one of their creative bloggers for this year. So if you want to know more details of the die, there's a link below to my blog, and I will share the details of how you can get hold of it yourself on there. So I'm adhering them with my favourite Tombow Mono Multi liquid adhesive, and I'm just putting them into the centre parts, just carefully. I don't want too much glue to show through, so I'm just putting it on the very thin cuts, and then I'm leaving the edges of the flowers, and later on I'll be lifting up those edges. And so with the leaves, I've only put it on the parts that I'll be tucking underneath other elements. So I'm this bit sped up because it's just literally the same thing. It's just placing all the elements down, and I'm just building my my flowers and leaves around the photo and the card. And I realise that I've done a lot of layouts lately with hello in the title, but I'm good with that. It just makes me laugh. I don't do it intentionally. Just looking back, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Hello again. So I'm using my scissors. I think my hands were a bit sticky from the glue, and I just use my scissors to help adhere the centres down. And when you first use the glue, you think it's not going to hold, but it dries really quickly and is a fantastic adhesive for little elements. So here is the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and as you can see, I've got not much left on it at all. Here I'm just using that sticker. I think it's a what is it, a little vase, or no, it's a little potted cactus, and it's got nothing to do with it, but I like the way it looks, and it softens that corner of the photo. And there's nothing that important in the corner, it's just my husband's shoes, and that's not really the focus of this layout. So I'm also using this little banner and just looking there, trying to see what else I can use. And there's this little circle, I think it says dream, so I thought that was lovely. And a phrase sticker that says you and me, because it's Sean is in the photo as well. And another sticker tucked behind the potted. Actually, it's not a cactus, is it? It's a succulent. So now I've got the 12 by 12 chipboard sheet, and there's this little piece that I've been saving as well that says hello lovely, and I just think it looks really sweet tucked and nestled amongst the flowers. So I had to hold it down for a while just to ensure that it stuck. And then there are these chipboard banner pieces that I was keen to use as well. So I did think about putting them up in the top right, but I decided in the end of this layout that I want everything to be focused and clustered around the photos and the hello card. So adhering the first one, and there is this heart, so geometric heart, and I wanted to use it, but the scale is wrong. As you can see, it's just a little bit too big. And I think it totally takes away from the hello lovely and even from that card. So it's gone back onto the sheet, and I'll use it for another layout. So now I pulled the second banner, which is a gold glitter with a heart. And the heart was a wee heart that I used on something else. And so I love that you can see through it. And I've put a chipboard 2 down because there's Sean and Brielle in the photo, so 2 of them. And I cut most of this out, but I hadn't used many of the sequins in the kit, so I just scattered some around the edges, and I'm going for that random scattered look, which I find difficult to achieve naturally. And then I adhere them with my Stampin' Up, it's called a glue pen. You would have seen it before, it's just a fine line bottle. So I needed to put a bit more weight on that hello lovely chipboard, and while I'm doing that, I'm just adding my journaling. And the layout is nearly done. Probably could have cut this bit out, but left it in. So I'm planning on making something for Sizzix probably once a week, and it'll either be a video or it'll be a layout. Or the first thing I made was a card, and I shared that on my Instagram and also on my blog. So definitely check my blog regularly, because that's where I'll mostly be posting them. Obviously, if there's a video, I'll be sharing it here on my YouTube channel. But yeah, and if you like what I'm using, definitely go check out Sizzix blog through my link on my blog, and Sizzix website, and you'll be able to get these dies for yourself as well. So just finishing up with some close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back again really soon.